Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you the way that I like to fix an enhancement when there is a break. So in the case of this particular situation, I had just done my nails and then I went and I chipped a corner because I was using my nail as a tool, which you're not supposed to. Nails are jewels, not tools, but you know, sometimes things happen. When they happen, this is the way that I like to fix them. It doesn't come up very often, but I figured I had the opportunity to show you kind of the best way to go about it, at least for me. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So here we go. As you saw in the beginning of the video, I managed to create this beautiful little chip right where my natural nails meets my enhancement on the free edge. So there we are. Isn't that just perfect? And it's one of those really sharp spots too. So of course, I'm going to fix this right away. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the gel polish from around that area and make sure that there isn't any lifting. When you have a chip like that, a lot of times you'll find that there is lifting that goes farther in on the enhancement than what you can see just immediately. When I filed it away, I really didn't have any, which was kind of a relief, so I didn't have to remove much. There's just a touch of lifting right there on the edge. I'm just going to make sure that's gone. Once I can see that it looks really good, I'm going to cleanse this with nail cleanser. The nail cleanser I'm using is a mix of acetone and alcohol. And so it doesn't really harm the rest of the gel polish because it's not enough acetone where it's going to affect it, nor is it going to affect the acrylic that's still on my nail. It's just the right mix where it gets rid of all the dust and oil, but doesn't hurt anything. I'm going to apply my dehydrator and my primer, just as if I were to be doing a fill or a new set. So I've got both of those two products. I'm going to now take just this end piece of my nail form. I am kind of a stickler for waste and I don't want to waste the full nail form. So I'm pretty sure with just fixing this corner, I can do it with this piece. Now, if you have regular nail forms that don't have this extension, you will probably need to just use the whole nail form and suck it up and be like, okay, guess I'm using this thing. Like I said, for me, I'm like, I'm going to just see if I can do this. So I'm going to slide this extension piece underneath my nail. Now I have a lot of nail here that will support this or help support this. So as long as I can just get that to create a platform right where that chip is, it doesn't even have to be flush or sit well. It just has to create a little platform under where I need the acrylic. That's all I care about. And right now it looks good. It wouldn't look good to sculpt a nail on it like this, but for just this one corner, this is a pretty good angle that I have on it. So I'm going to grab my acrylic and I'm going to fix my chip at this point. As I am fixing this, I might have acrylic that goes up over my gel polish a little bit. I do want to try to prevent that as much as possible. I don't want the acrylic to go and completely cover a bunch of the gel polish, but if a little bit goes up over, that's okay. Keep in mind the amount of acrylic you need to fix a little chip like this is very small. So don't grab a bead that's very large at all because you don't want to have a whole lot of filing to do. The more filing you have to do to smooth out where you did the repair, the higher chance of ruining more of your design. And personally, I don't really want to repaint all of the faces at this point. I did that already. I don't want to have to do it again. So I've got my little chip fixed there. I'm going to tap it, make sure it clicks. Then I'm going to remove that little bit of nail form. And it looks pretty good at this point. I am going to go ahead and file it. I'm going to make sure it looks good from underneath and on top, especially if you're doing this on a client. You don't want them to walk out with something sharp poking them underneath their nail. And then I'm going to smooth out any of the areas that need it. Just make sure that it fits very well with the rest of the nail and it's not going to be bumpy. After you have it where you filed it, hopefully yours, like mine, will just take a couple strokes of a file before it feels right. You're going to go through and you're going to buff the surface of the entire nail. So just take your file, take either a file or a buffer block, either one. I'd probably use a buffer block. But once you're happy with the shape, you're going to grab that buffer block and you're going to etch the surface of the nail. You're not trying to remove any color. You're not trying to remove any of your design. If your nail does have a design on it like mine does, you are just making it so that the surface of the nail is not shiny anymore. If you were using a matte top coat, it will be harder to tell if you've removed enough. So just be careful. But if it's a glossy top coat, you just buff it until it's no longer shiny anywhere. After you have it buffed, go ahead and cleanse the nail. And then you can try to match your color. As you're matching your color, depending on the color, it may be tricky, especially for, say, a shimmer, like a metallic shimmer color. My other nail would have been a lot harder to fix than this one. But I'm just going to use a black striper because the background of my nail is just a solid black, and I'm going to paint in essentially just the area that I repaired. I don't want to go up over any of my faces. I don't want to cover up any of the art that I did. I just want to fix that one little spot. Once I have that painted, hopefully you just need one coat. All you have to do is after it's cured, apply another layer of top coat, whatever top coat you used originally. Make sure that the rest of the nail is once again shiny and protected, and that this will help blend in that repaired area with the rest of the nail. And because it was just that one little corner, I'm not going to redo any of the faces. But here's how it looks after it's been repaired. Unless you're looking super closely and you think, that area looks a little bit too solid black, there's not enough happening on it, you would never know that this had a break. It is a really quick fix. This whole fix took me less than 10 minutes to do in real time. Very quick if you have a client that breaks as well, just to give them a quick fix in this way. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, like I said, don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!